Okay guys, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Now, fasten your seatbelts. Here we go. Alright guys, I'm back, and actually, since I talked to you last, it is after midnight, so it's technically March 10th. Alright, and it's 12:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Now, I have uploaded another video earlier this evening, and it is just sitting there processing. I know, some of you said, oh, you can avoid that by just uploading it again. Yeah, well, sometimes that works, and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you have to upload it 3 or 4 times, you know, delete it, upload, delete, upload. So I don't know, but it's still processing out there and has been for quite some time now. But I thought that we could get into the Q posts. I did look at them and I figured I can get those cleaned off tonight before I go to bed. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at the Q posts from, well, actually it's yesterday now, March 9th, and we're going to just jump in here. And the first post we're going to look at is 3891. Nothing can stop what is coming. Q proof. All right, and it says, nothing can stop what is coming. Nothing. Rig for red. Q. Not the first time we've heard that term. And we're going to take a look at this. Now, the first thing we're going to look at is this image up here, so that we can see it a little bit better than we currently can. All right. And this is by Anon, and it was posted March 7th of 2020. And it says, come on, Q+, please retweet Dan on this one. And of course, this is Dan Scavino, and he posted, my next piece is called Nothing Can Stop What's Coming. And this person said Q proof, pass bread, asking Q plus to return tweet Dan. Q plus retweeted it 17 hours later. So yes, that is a Q proof if ever there was one. And I like it. So, oh, my poor cat. Sammy is trying to play with Xander, who we think has a broken leg. She's going in to the vet first thing tomorrow. Couldn't get him in tonight. But anyway, so, what is that? All right, let's go back here. So, we're going to look at, now, look at, this is good. This is by, it says the term rig for red is actually an older term, since most submarines today use broadband blue lighting for night operations. Many spaces on older boats still have red lighting though. Rig for red is normally a command used in the control room. It is normally used when the boat is going to be surfacing or coming to periscope depth at night. The purpose is to give the lookouts and the officer designated to head to the bridge before surfacing. Upon surfacing, a chance for their eyes to adjust to darkness, or the OOD, the same thing before looking out through the periscope. However, with the change to blue, oftentimes red glasses are also used to provide the same effect, and then control is changed when the command is given to surface or come to periscope depth. And this from Lisa May Crowley. The 7th of March, Scavino tweeted a meme with phrase previously used 9 times, nothing can stop what's coming. And on requested POTUS return tweet, he did, 17 hours later, rig for red in subs, red lights on prior to going to periscope depth to enable eyes to adjust to darkness. So let's look, and here are all the previous times that Q has used nothing can stop what is coming. This April 11th, 2019, July 25th, nothing can stop what's coming, and here, December 2nd, 2018, and November 20th, 2018. So you can see this is a phrase that Q has used 9 times previously in the post. So it is something that he is making sure that we understand that there is nothing, it is a done deal, nothing can stop it. And I would assume when he says nothing can stop it, that nothing can stop it. So let's go on here, and we get to the next post, which is 3892, post 3892. The Obama-Biden administration is the most corrupt administration in the history of our country. And it says, silent running is a tactic used when ... actually 4 dots, ... Q. All right, and if we look up this, he is providing a link to Donald Trump's Twitter account and to this tweet in particular. The Obama-Biden administration is the most corrupt administration in the history of our country. And the people said, amen. All right, so let's look at this a little bit further. Silent running, it's a submarine term. Silent running is a stealth mode of operation for naval submarines. The aim is to evade discovery by passive sonar by eliminating superfluous noise. Non-essential systems are shut down. The crew is urged to rest and refrain from making any unnecessary sound, and speed is greatly reduced to minimize propeller noise. The propellers have a characteristic RPM band in which no cavitation noise arises. Since this rotation speed is usually relatively low, the first electric submarines had special silent running engines designed for optimum performance at reduced speed. These required less active cooling, further reducing noise, and were generally equipped with plain bearings rather than ball bearings. These engines were also acoustically decoupled from the hull, as they employed belt transmission rather than direct coupling to the propeller shaft. So, and it says nuclear submarines can run even more quietly at very low speeds only by turning off active reactor cooling during silent running. The reactor is then only cooled by natural convection of the water. And this by Joe M. Q describes sneaking up on the enemy. Silent running is a stealth mode to evade discovery by eliminating all noise. Non-essential systems are shut down. Crew is urged to refrain from any unnecessary sound, and speed is greatly reduced to minimize propeller noise. So basically, it is kind of a stealth mode of operating. And if we go back up here, he says silent running is a tactic used when evading the enemy. So if silent running is a tactic used when evading the enemy, and Donald Trump posts the Obama-Biden administration is the most corrupt administration in the history of our country, well, that's not very stealth, is it? That's not very stealth of him. So maybe what this is saying is that previously he had to run in silent running mode to evade the enemy. But I would say stealth mode's off when he tweets something of that nature, really. I mean, that's pretty major. The most corrupt administration in the history of our country. Yeah, you're not trying to avoid the enemy when you're putting something out there like that. So, I would say they're not evading anymore. They're engaging. That would be my assumption. All right, and we're going to go on to the next one. And it's drop 3893. The Great Awakening is worldwide, and indeed it is. All right, we've got a link here, and we're going to go out to that link right now. Right now. There we go. Okay, and this is by Rainbow Fairy. Where we go one, we go all, worldwide, the thread. And Q also made a note there, which we didn't take note of at the time, but he wants us to look at the comments as well. So this is the entire thread. I've made an attempt to gather as many Q-related photographs from around the world as I can. Anons with signs, signs standing alone, all with identifiable landscape, architecture, location. This is not about Trump rallies. That's a different thread. So let's look at this. Here's VP Mike Pence posted this photo. The arrow was added later on his Twitter a couple of years ago before it was later removed. And remember this, here is Q right here on this person's uniform. And let's come down here. This is an anon from India during POTUS, a very successful trip there. And he's holding up the "Where we go one, we go all" sign. And this, Merry Qmas, I remember this, Billiard Palace Hotel in Antwerp, Belgium. And a sign in Barcelona, Spain, QAnon. And anons with sign in Cairo, Egypt, QAnon, "Where we go one, we go all." Definitely Egypt with the pyramid behind them. And a group of students form a Q on the Cal Poly University campus, and it's a Q plus, so we know who that's a shout out to. And a sweet lady anon from Chicago posts this sign on a bridge there regularly. Tag her if you have her. Who is Q? Well, and here's another photo of her signs in Chicago, the Great Awakening, Q. And poliisi on the vehicle to the left means police in Finnish. So this Finland loves QAnon. And below, here's a few anons standing in Guantanamo Bay with signs. I'm going to take a wild guess and say Gitmo is not open to the public. And it says, "We are Q." And another one from Gitmo in Cuba, G1, WWG1, "Where we go," "Where we go one, we go all." Alrighty. And found this one on a tweet that claimed this was taken at The Hague in Netherlands. The Yellow Vest movement has spread to several countries apart from France. There's someone proudly bearing the Q. And Q reposted this one from Iran. The Iranian people want and deserve to be free from their psychopathic, tyrannical oppressors, and I bet they do. And it says, "Love Q, thanks Q, restart will make Iran great again." All right, now, and I like this, "Mega, make Iran great again. Together we are strong." Here's another one from Iran. "Patriots around the world stand together for freedom and unite in love." Absolutely. And this one from Saudi Arabia. A Saudi Arabian man stands in front of a city sign of Jeddah with a Q sign covered in American stars and stripes. Patriots in New Jersey are making their mark on the bus stops. "Where we go one, we go all." A simple QAnon sign in front of a famous pair of skyscrapers in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And this one from the Netherlands. This part not in English is Dutch, and it means the world is about to change. Sheep no more, dark to light. And patriots in South Korea love Q. Patriots with Q signs in South Korea here. And again from South Korea here. "Thank Q, USA, where we go one, we go all." And again, I see Pepe, this South Korean patriot, supports Q. And let me see here. South Koreans appear to be attending a protest to support Q. And here, a Q sign makes another appearance in South Korea. I believe this is the U.S. Embassy in Seoul, South Korea. Love all the anons everywhere. There's the South Pole. "Where we go one, we go all." Q. Well, how many people can say they've been to the South Pole? Not many. But Q's there. Well, a Q supporter anyway. There are many anons in the UK. Anons everywhere. Unite. UK. Q, please. I guess these are Italian anons who decided to troll the Aussie news in the UK. And of course, they're behind her with the what she's done to her shirt there. I have no idea, but anyway. And I see Q people in the UK. Here's the UK, Washington, D.C. Q people. So yeah, there's lots of people all over the world. It is a worldwide movement. I haven't actually seen any Q signs around here, but perhaps I should make a few. I think I might. I think I will. All right, so let's go back now. And Q basically was just wanting us to see how many. I see my previous video that I did is still not showing. Anyway, let's go on here, and that says we've looked at this, we've seen it's a worldwide movement. We know that. Per mainstream media, fake news, person in the basement, LARP. Yeah, remember when they said, yeah, it's probably some kid in their basement. It's a LARP, live action role-playing game, who simply asked questions on a forum, an image board that generated continued massive thousands, mainstream media attacks and worldwide movement, Great Awakening, logical thinking. Yeah, we know they've tried to attack this movement. They've said, oh, it's just a bunch of conspiracy theorists. It's some guy in his basement, his mother's basement, tweeting on a image board, and people, you know, caught on to that, a bunch of conspiracy theorists. I mean, just crazy stuff. But logical thinking, back channels are important when the news itself is untrustworthy or controlled, which it is both. And this is how Q has had to communicate. And really, when you think of it, how else could he communicate? He certainly can't communicate through the mainstream media. He had to choose somewhere. And he knew that that board was not only uncensored, but also it had a lot of smart computer types on it. So yeah, it worked out, seemed to work out well for him. And we're going to move on now to the last tweet, the last post rather, and it's 3894, and an anon said, God wins, which God always wins. He may lose a battle, but he never loses a war. And so anyway, Q down here has acknowledged that, meaning that's right, God does win, and he does. All right, guys, well, that was a quick video, but we covered all that we had to cover, and that is it. I'll still keep working on the previous video because obviously YouTube does not like it very much. It's been sitting there for a couple hours, just processing. So I will attempt to upload it again and see if it helps any, but I'll keep working on it until I get it uploaded and get it to take. It's getting exhausting dealing with this with YouTube because it seems like every video now I'm going through the same thing. So anyway, that's it for tonight. You guys have a great evening. You stay safe and stay well, stay blessed, and keep seeking truth. Good night, everybody.